Hey Tribe, welcome to another edition of Tribe Vibe TV. This week we have some special announcements, but before we get started, let's visit with Matt White, the evening coach at ITF Homewood, as he gives us this week's coach's tip. Here with evening coach Matt White at ITF Homewood for today's coaching tip. And Matt, the press is the first part of a series of overhead presses that includes the push press and the push jerk. But this part's real important because it emphasizes the rack position, the head through the hole, vertical bar path, a lot of the principles that you have to follow to do those other movements so well. So take us through those principles and then some common mishaps that you see.
Okay, all right. So we're going to start with our feet hip width, toes turn slightly out. Jordan's going to pick the bar up. Typically when we're doing a press, we're going to grab it off the rack. So now Jordan has it in the rack position and his elbows are up. He's going to press the bar up, moving his head back, and then his head through the hole completes the movement, and he comes back down, removing his head, and he's in the rack position. Several of the common mistakes that we see in the press are, one, people, instead of moving their head back and having a vertical bar path, they do a bar path around their head. This is incorrect. And they also don't put their head through the hole.
Give us an example.
Jordan, show one more time.
Ooh, that's hard with 135.
Very difficult to take that weight and push it away from your body. You've got to keep it vertical. You've got to keep your elbows up. Is that weight getting heavy yet?
A little bit.
We always demo with 135 on the press. As far as the elbows being high, you keep talking about it, rack position. Really, this is a part of a lot of different movements, the thruster, for instance. So just how important is it, along with that vertical bar path, to keep those elbows up and make sure you're in that rack position when you're doing just a regular press?
Absolutely. So we're going to keep these elbows up because a lot of times as your weight increases and you get fatigued during the workout, you're going to have a tendency to lean forward. So we see some people losing that weight coming forward because they don't keep their elbows up. It's not quite the position that you're going to be in the bottom of a squat, a front squat, but your elbows are going to be in front of the weight. Also, one thing that we see is as the weight goes on, it gets heavier, we see people arching their back. And so bad form is going to hurt your back, and it's really cheating. And so what we would recommend is a lot of people scale. If you can't do the RX weight on the press, scale and work on your form, because this is such a basic movement that leads to the thrusters, push press, and things like that.
So if you have a choice between RX weight and RX form, choose RX form. Thanks, guys. When it comes to events, there's a lot of different things going on throughout the rest of the third quarter, but we've also prepared the fourth quarter events calendar. So go to the events page on IronTribeFitness.com to find out all of the exciting events that will be going on during the fourth quarter here at all the Iron Tribe Fitness locations. Those events include Tribe Quest, which is our individual competition that was a smashing success in 2011. Another big event coming up is the Ruben Studdard Half Marathons Fitness Festival, which we'll be hosting downtown, and of course that was an amazing event last year as well. And there's many other very exciting events coming up in the fourth quarter. When it comes to the third quarter, we're getting close to the end of it, but we have the retest for Fight Gone Bad this Saturday, all locations, 8 a.m. Take your first score and crush it this Saturday as the Fight Gone Bad retest will take place at all 4 Iron Tribe locations. You can sign up on the website scheduling system. And finally, we want to let you know that next week we'll be surprising the winners of the performance and weight loss challenges for this summer's Transformation Challenge. So if you're wondering who won, we're going to have prizes given out by the coaches to the winners, and it's going to be a very exciting time next week on Tribe Vibe TV.